Hello everyone, my name is whimreaper and welcome to the third part of my Twisted Tales Let's Play. So if you haven't seen part 1 and 2, I highly suggest it. You've missed quite a bit, but I can recap anyway for those of you who just need a little recap or if you just want to start watching here. So what happened in the first part is King Charming, this character here, said to his sons that at least one of them needs to find a wife by the end of the week, which will have a bunch of royal events to help them get to know the people. And then in the last episode, we had the characters from Swan Lake came to the castle. Odette snuck out while Odile wasn't looking to come to the castle and apologize for not making the first event. Now, Odile does not want Odette, who is a vampire, unbeknownst to pretty much everyone, but she doesn't want Odette coming to the castle because she wants to win the heart of Hunter, who is this character. And in the last episode, Odette did come and she talked to Hunter, and Hunter and her had a flirt. They're getting to know each other, and Hunter is kind of enamored by Odette. But Odile, who will be invited to the feast, which will be starting very shortly, Odile is trying to win over Hunter, who is a teen at the moment. But these two princes are the ones who are mainly supposed to be finding wives, since they are both young adults and Hunter is only a teen. So the king is having this royal feast day, and he is going to start an event in order to hire a caterer who will make a grand meal for them. Although I think he'll also help make a grand meal, just in case. But we will go to, I think it is, this one? Where is it? Oh, there. Plan a social event. So we're just going to invite over a bunch of people, and then we will see who the princes start to get to know and what will ensue from that. Now, hopefully everyone will start showing up faster than they did last time. And we're going to have the king make a grand meal of... let's go with the ham. Doesn't really matter anyway. So let us focus on Prince Charming, I think. I think Prince Charming is going to be waiting for Rapunzel to show up, since we kind of said that's who he'd be interested in. And he is going to want to impress her and want her to eat at his table. I think we should set the table, actually. So let's have him set the table with a fancy setting and dots, I guess? I don't know. And just do that on the main table, I guess, since it doesn't need to be everywhere. We could mix it up. Yeah, why not? Let's do 3 different kinds, because the Mad Hatter will approve. I don't know. But the dots are cute. I haven't seen this place setting before. I've only really used the border one. Okay, but after he's done that, let's see if we can find Rapunzel. Or if we spot someone else first, we could also focus on the other characters. It takes everyone a long time to get inside. Oh, Snow White is here somewhere. Who is this? Robin. Robin really likes drinking. Like, I don't mean that as in, like, he's an alcoholic. I just mean he tends to hang around the bars a lot, I found. And the king has reached cooking level 3, nice. He probably shouldn't even have cooking level 1 considering he's royalty, but, you know, this stuff happens, I guess. And what is Robin doing? Is he just mixing drinks for others? No, he's just getting himself a drink. It figures, I don't know. I see him as being kind of that type of character. He's more of a cynical kind of guy. See, he doesn't even care about the party at all. And last time, he was actually disappointed with last night's party. And, like, was just kind of like, why do I have to do this? Who is this? Who are you, actually? Yeah, seriously. What? Get out. I don't even know who this is. This isn't anyone I've ever invited or made or anything. That's strange. Okay, let's see if we can find... Oh, there's the Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter is also kind of crushing on Rapunzel, I'd say. Is this Rapunzel? No, this is Annalise. I think... Yeah, Annalise, she's married. She's not a main character, but maybe just for some conversation, Prince Charming should go talk to Annalise. Just have a friendly introduction, get to know the people in his court. The fairy godmother, I think, is like kind of talking to Prince Charming and saying like, oh honey, you don't need to try hard to get these girls. I could make your dreams come true right now. But Prince Charming, I think he's a little too arrogant to just like accept the fairy godmother's help right away and be like, oh yes, please help me get a girl. I think he's too arrogant and he's like, I don't need your help. I can get a girl on my own. Thank you very much, fairy godmother, but I am capable. And maybe he'll talk to the Mad Hatter as well, get to know kind of his competition, because I think Prince Charming is a very smart guy. He knows what's up. He knows that the Mad Hatter's been eyeing Rapunzel a little too much, and he wants to get with Rapunzel. Rapunzel isn't like royalty, but she is definitely rich. Like, she is not a commoner like a lot of the other characters are. And yeah, they're finally introducing themselves to each other, and he will be pleasant. I think as a prince he wants to not start anything, but he also isn't afraid of sussing out the competition and pointing out when he's noticed something. I think he's just gonna say, thank you for coming, and I think he might talk about the feast or something. Say like, this feast is for us to improve the kingdom. I hope that you understand, and I hope that you're okay with that. Like kind of just hinting at it maliciously a little bit. Like, I don't think that Prince Charming is mean. I think he's polite, but I think that he also is very confrontational. Now let's see if we indeed do have Rapunzel here. Now Rapunzel, as I've said before, does not like social events. So maybe she's just completely avoiding it. She just doesn't want to come at all. Just some of the princes. Well, Odile is here. So let's have Hunter start talking to Odile again. He should go to the bathroom. Seriously, boy. Just go and get some food. It's the royal feast. Oh, there's Rapunzel. Okay, we'll talk to Rapunzel first then. Hunter needs to take care of his needs. So, Prince Charming, he sees Mother Gothel and Rapunzel hanging out together, since obviously they're the same family, and he's just gonna come over and he's gonna compliment her mother. He's going to thank her for coming, and definitely trying to get to Rapunzel through Mother Gothel, because I think he kind of, well, he learned that Rapunzel's lazy, so I think he kind of notices more what kind of a girl she is, and he knows that, like, it's not going to impress her that he spends so much time on his looks and stuff. It's not going to impress her that she has money either, because she also has money, so he's going to impress her by talking to her mom. And Cinderella is over here. Maybe Robin will try to talk to Cinderella again, as he thinks she's cool because she's different from the other girls. She's just showing up in her common clothes, and I think he's confident enough with Cinderella being a commoner that he's gonna share his secret. He's gonna say, hey, did you know that... Why is he doing that? No, don't argue. But he's gonna say, did you know that the kingdom gives back a lot of the money that the taxpayers pay because of someone that is named Robin? That kind of thing. I think he would want to impress her like that, and he would want to see her opinion on it as a commoner even. Now let's see how Prince Charming is getting along with Rapunzel. It seems like their relationship is going pretty well. Maybe he'll thank her for coming again because he's kind of a bland person. He would want to small talk a lot. Oh wow, just kissed her on the cheeks. Let's see how they get along. Oh, Rapunzel doesn't look super happy. Like, that's not great. Look at everyone hanging out. That's cool. Is she just, like, gonna ignore him? That's not cool. What are you doing, Rapunzel? Is she talking to him still or not? And the Mad Hatter is in their conversation, which I don't think that Rapunzel is super enthused about. And like I said, Prince Charming's just gonna thank her for coming over.
Oh, the toys, Skiba!
I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for coming. Oh no, there's some drama going on. The three of these guys are all talking together. Wow, it's like the Mad Hatter and Rapunzel are just competing, or not, and Rapunzel. The Mad Hatter and Prince Charming are just competing for Rapunzel. That's pretty interesting. Oh, but she's getting along a lot with Prince Charming, actually. And he's going to talk about art, which she will enjoy. She loves art, and give her a heartfelt compliment. And did Hunter even talk to Odile? He's bored. Oh, he did even. He was talking to her, and he is bored because of it. He cannot get Odette out of his head, and he doesn't know why she isn't here. I think he's feeling a little betrayed, and that's why he's bored, is because he was waiting for her to show up, and she just never did. And he doesn't know that it's because Odile locked her in the room, though. He just thinks that she stood him up, and I think he feels a little betrayed. He's feeling just uncomfortable, just not in the mood at all. I think maybe he's just gonna go to bed. Just go to bed. After you eat your dinner, he doesn't want to talk to anybody else. And I think the king is going to have a chat with Cinderella because he likes her, I think, and just brighten her day. But these guys are the blondies, plus Mad Hatter, seem to be kind of stuck in a group together. Annalise is not important, so I kind of wish she would go away, but yeah. How does Prince Charming feel about the Mad Hatter? He's actually getting along okay. So let's just thank him for coming, and sharing the spirit again.
Viva Jesu! Stebu Plebo!
But before this party ends, I kind of want to switch households, and you'll see why in a second. I want to switch to the Mad Hatter and introduce his story by the means of a demonstration. So I will see you in just a second. I'm gonna just edit forward in time. Okay, so we are back with the Mad Hatter. Unfortunately, when I changed households, all the guests just kind of like moved to the lawn for some reason. So everyone who was attending the feast is now outside, but it doesn't matter for this demonstration so much. I'm just gonna talk to Annalise and ask her to hang out so that she doesn't leave, so that I can demonstrate to you guys what the Mad Hatter character is all about. So, now that he and Annalise, I think, are in a group, everyone else can go, and I'll just demonstrate to you what kind of guy the Mad Hatter is and what his deal is in this Let's Play. So they're out back, but I feel like, are they actually invited inside though? That's the question. Okay, they're just gonna knock on the door. That might take a little bit for them to go back, to go over there, but and then we'll just go here together so that they will be in the same location. And the Hatter is just going to sneak, well, not sneak into the guards barracks. They're just gonna go into the guards barracks together. He's saying to Annalise, oh, like, I want to show you something, Annalise. I don't know why that did that. Are they still a group? Okay, hopefully. Just saying, like, I used to work for the castle, and since you are a noble lady, I was wondering if you would have any input on the way that the treasury is decorated, since I have been commissioned to decorate the treasury. And so he's going to ask her to come over here. I'm just gonna say, like, call, I think. Call over. What does it mean she needs to be invited? Okay, whatever. They don't need to be inside, but he's going to go talk to her and just say, like, unfortunately the castle is locked now since it's 1 a.m. and they're setting up for the next party. So, let's just talk outside. Where did she go? Are you kidding me? Here, I'm gonna reset her. Just, to make this a little easier since, everything seems to be lagging. Okay, there. Now he's going to go and talk to her. And, tell an engaging story, and that will be the story, is I've been invited to decorate the treasury, and a lady of your stature must know quite a bit about that, don't you, Annalise? And then he's just going to not share a secret, he's going to ask her about her love life, and just ask about, like, oh, so Julian, that's her husband. How's that been going for you? And then he's going to ask about her day, and then he is going to share his secret. And the Hatter's secret, his twist on his tale, is that he is looking for his Alice. Now, this is the thing that I was nervous about, and the thing that I talked about in some of my build videos about his story. His story is that he is crazy, obviously. The Mad Hatter is always crazy, but the reason that he's crazy in this Let's Play isn't because he just acts, like, strange. It's not anything to do with that. He is crazy because in this Let's Play, he is the real one, and Alice does not exist. But he is convinced that this Alice character exists, and that he went on adventures with her, and that he has this friend out there who has run away from him and who is pretending to be someone else. So he thinks that anyone who is blonde, any girl who is blonde, could be his Alice, and he's just trying to find her. So what he does is he kidnaps them, and he tries to make them admit that they're his Alice. And the reason I'm nervous about it is because for him, he is romantically attached to Alice. And I want the disclaimer basically to be that in this Let's Play, he thinks that Alice is a young adult woman, and she has always been a young adult woman, and he's been, he's romantically attracted to her. But he has never actually met an Alice. That's the main thing to note. He is crazy. He thinks that he's met this Alice person when he really hasn't, and he's kidnapping blonde girls because of it. And this is why he's so interested in Rapunzel and Annalise and all these other blonde girls, even Cinderella a little bit, but I think maybe he's already ruled out Cinderella just by the way that she acts. But for Annalise, he saw her at the party and they got their relationship up pretty high, and now he is just going to kidnap her after he shares his secret, which is probably right about now that he's talking about it. And I think Annalise is kind of worried about this guy who has cornered her and who is now kidnapping her. There she is in his household. And now they are going to travel back home, and I will show you his setup at home. So I'll just have him, and then I'll teleport Annalise there. So now we're going to bring Annalise here, and he is going to put her in her room, which is upstairs. So this is what Prince Charming has to be worried about, is that if the Mad Hatter moves on to kidnap Rapunzel, which he is kind of thinking about, at the moment he thinks Annalise is Alice, but if he figures out that Annalise is not Alice and then is therefore moving on to other blonde women in the kingdom, then that means that the prince might have to rescue Rapunzel, and she will actually kind of suit her fairy tale, because while she's not trapped by Mother Gothel, she may end up being trapped by the Hatter in the future. But now Annalise is here, the Hatter has her as a captive audience. He's going to start to kind of crazily get to know and interrogate and discuss interests to figure out if this is the same woman who has run away from him. And I will show you his traits, since we haven't been in his household before. He is erratic, obviously. He is non-committal, and he is romantic. Now, the non-committal is because he keeps kidnapping different Alices and not actually committing to any of them, but I'm going to change his trait once he finds his quote-unquote Alice, which I think will just be the woman who helps him to realize that he's being delusional. I think he will still be erratic, because that's just part of his character, but I think he will no longer have this Alice issue, if you know what I mean. So that is his storyline. It's kind of sad. I could imagine him just being so lonely and just going mad from being a hatter, which was actually a thing. They went mad from the lead, I think, in hats. But so he is just suffering from this condition, and he needs to learn that in fact there is no Alice, and he needs to be able to move on with his life. But he now has Annalise here. This is where I'm gonna leave off this part, just having introduced this character. And I think that the next episode I am going to start off with Rapunzel having a little sleepover at the early hours of the morning. I've downloaded a mod for sleepovers, and that will then get her storyline going a little bit more. Then the girls can hang out together, and then we will see where the stories go from there. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry that it was a little bit kind of rough around the edges at the end because of the way that switching households works in The Sims, but we will be moving straight forward with almost, I think every storyline has been introduced now, but we're just going to be moving forward bit by bit until we come to the point where the stories seem to be resolving themselves. And I'm not going to put a definite end on this Let's Play. It might go for more than one generation. It might end at the end of this week even. It will depend on how much you guys are enjoying it. It will depend on whether the story calls for more. And yeah, just please leave your feedback. Please subscribe. Please like. And have a great day. Actually, quickly, just before I end this episode, also please let me know what you think about a Rapunzel sleepover idea, because I can skip that if there's someone else you would rather have me focus on. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!